welcome if you're listening to NXZN. Yo, let's go, bro. You're the first one on here. How you doing? How you feeling? How's everything been? You were busy at Megaslam, my man. There was a lot going on with you.
That's true. I'm always busy. That introduction though, that was a five-star introduction. I couldn't have done it better myself.
All
No,
right, man.
I
I try.
absolutely could have though. I
No,
absolutely,
I believe you. I'm trying to get on Rich Reed's level. I'm trying to do that first. You know
there,
what I mean?
yeah,
Gotta work your way
steps to
up. That's
come.
all.
Absolutely, yeah. I was a very busy man at Mega Slam. I was getting a lot of traction at Mega Slam because I was putting myself out there, which I'm doing a lot more of lately. I want people to see me. I want
That's
people to
right.
know what the name is. And it is NXZN.
All right, I love it though. But what does that name mean? Because to me, it just sounds like four letters. I might call you NX for short during the show, but I feel like just talking to you right now, that name means something to you. So, what does the name NXZN mean to you? There's a lot of different things we could talk about during the show, but again, it seems like this name means something to you. What does it mean?
I figured that that was going to be a hot topic of conversation, but right off the bat, starting with the personal questions, I'd rather give you a little bit of my background first. I'd rather let you know about the man behind the character
I gotta take you to
NXZN.
dinner first, right?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta stroke it a little bit before.
That's right.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's a lot going on in my life. But just me as a person, my name,
Right.
Nick Foreman. My real name is Nick
Right.
Foreman. I wrestle as NXZN. Originally, I'm from the Bronx, and now I live in New Jersey, and I have for a few years now. And I got involved on the New Jersey independent professional wrestling scene in 2019. But I started wrestling, I started my training in 2012. So that
Okay.
was what, like 12 years ago?
Yeah, about that when you
Yeah.
started your training.
Yes. So a little bit of an experienced veteran, as they say. No,
Yeah.
because everybody likes to talk about numbers, and 12's pretty high up. It's not 25, it's not 50, it's not 75. But if some people have two or three, I've got 12.
Yeah,
So,
true.
um, but my first match, that was when I started training. My first match was in 2015, which was something 9 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good at
Still
math.
more than two or
Not good at,
three.
huh?
Still more than two or three.
Yeah, exactly my point. I'm not the best at simple arithmetic, but I am really good at math, by the way. That is one of my strongest strengths.
Okay.
Yeah, so more about my wrestling career. I've had a match against the ECW legend, the franchise, Shane Douglas, former
Mm.
Intercontinental Champion, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, former ECW champion. But he was ECW champion the year I was born. So
Yeah.
uh, to have that happen for me, to have that come full circle like that, it's an honor and a privilege. And I was the one who took the 3 count that night. So, I mean, I did the honors, as they say.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got in the ring with the former Intercontinental Champion. I mean, what was it like? How much did you learn that night from Shane Douglas? Because I'm sure you got to talk with him for a little bit, you know, especially you got to work with him in the ring. How much did you learn from him just that night, considering what he's done?
Well, actually, funny story. The Sandman was also there that night, so ECW, they ride together. So
Right.
like they were together pretty much the whole day, and when it was time to call the match, um, you found Shane Douglas backstage talking to pretty much everybody else at that point. I was looking for everybody else. They found him, so it looked like I was trailing. But anyway, come to find out the finish of the match was me going through a door, being put through a door by the franchise Shane Douglas, and I immediately got to thinking of ideas of how we could do that. And do you remember Dark Side of the Ring, the episode about New Jack?
Yeah, I do.
Another ECW legend, who was also at an SWF show shortly before he passed away, actually.
Oh wow, I
Yeah,
didn't know
I didn't get the chance to meet him and shake his hand, but he genuinely terrified me. So I believe that was
that.
justified. He also kicked the ass of the man he was facing that night in the ring. He threw a trash can right at his nose. Happy to witness it from a distance. Rest in peace, New Jack. Um, anyway, the dark side of
Can
the
I
ring
stop
talk
you for
about
1 second? Can I stop you for 1 second? I'm just curious
absolutely.
to know. I'm just curious to know who he threw the trash can at.
It's this fella named Jimmy Controversy, so he kind of deserved it.
He probably did. I believe it.
And would you believe me
100%.
if I said that his face looked better after he got the trash can thrown in his face than it did before?
New Jack had a way of making you look a certain way that'll look better to New Jack after he's done. So
I loved New Jack.
yes,
I watched that Dark Side of the Ring episode and I immediately became infatuated with the New Jack character. He was just having so much fun with it. And
yeah,
I instantly regret not having met him in person because seeing him
yeah.
was a treat. It was
I'm
a
sure.
massive treat. The
I'm
legend.
sure.
Yeah.
Nah,
And
that's really cool.
yeah, so anyway, the Dark Side of the Ring episode that New Jack was on slash what it was about, they made a point to mention the mass transit incident.
Mm,
And was it the mass transit incident? Yeah, it was the mass transit incident. If not that, then no, yes, absolutely. Sorry. I'm a bit scatterbrained. Always
all
am.
good.
You're gonna have to get used to it. Um
Bye.
so mass transit incident. They were calling spots. Mass Transit was the young kid who didn't know anything about wrestling, said he was old enough to wrestle. So he got in
Yeah,
the locker room and immediately started calling his own spots, which angered New Jack. And so he was just like, I'm going to take my liberties with him because he hasn't paid his dues. He hasn't earned his. So, uh,
yeah,
fast forward to 2021 when I had my match against Shane Douglas. Sandman was actually in the Dark Side of the Ring interview where they told him that Mass Transit was trying to call his own shit. And that's exactly what I was trying to do to Shane Douglas. I was telling
okay.
him, I was like, okay, how about we do this, right? And silly for me to not even think, why don't I just slow down, let the vet call the match, no matter what the finish was. I immediately got ideas and I wanted to make it make sense. I wanted him to do as little work as possible because I have a lot of respect for Shane Douglas. To answer your previous question, I learned a lot from Shane Douglas that day because he was very chill. When you meet a TV star, you think this person is going to be stuck up because
Yeah,
they've been so many places and done so many things. But Shane Douglas was talking to me and the other people in the match like we were just people. And after the match, we took pictures, we shot the shit. But yeah, Sandman, he was there and he was the one who kind of like stepped in and said, shut your mouth, don't say another word, let him tell you what's going to happen. And so I learned a lot from Shane Douglas, but what I really learned is
yeah.
not to piss off the Sandman.
Okay.
And oh, by the way, not that I want to toot my own horn, but the finish that I was calling, again, a lot of pride. I just wanted to showcase that I knew something. Um,
Yeah,
was exactly what the franchise ended up suggesting. He was like, "Yeah, work up on me, and then I'm gonna get you," and then bam, belly to belly through a table, through a door, and I loved it, and I loved the opportunity to be able to uh, express my gratitude to him after the match because everything went well. Got the pop. I got pinned by the franchise, so that's forever gonna be on my resume.
yeah, for sure. No, 100%. So, I mean, what kind of stuck out to me is, you kind of wanted to, call the match. You were doing it. You wanted to kind of show that, you were learning. You could, figure out a little bit, and you could put a little bit of a match together and have ideas. So now that you've been doing this for a little bit, is that what you would suggest to somebody maybe just starting out? You know, let the vet call the match, let them take you through it, maybe a few times, before, you decide to get your own ideas in the ring so you have your feet under you when you do call the match.
Yes, 100,000%, because
Okay.
now there are more instances, especially lately, where I'm the more experienced wrestler in the match,
Yeah.
and I see some of the mistakes that people are making that I used to make. And I realize that, you, once somebody tells it to you, once somebody gives you that positive feedback, then it's up to you to make it work, right? And
Right.
I'm that person for them, so I'm the bridge between the knowledge and their gap. And uh yeah, I just, it's how you tell them, it's how you can make the information stick. Because, and I'm so happy to have brought this up,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people out there who haven't done anything with their careers. And even if
Right.
they have, kudos, but they need to eat a slice of humble pie. They need to sit down and shut up. And uh, because nobody's really that much farther ahead than anybody else when
Yeah.
we're all in the same conversation at the end of the
Right.
day. We're all in the same locker room. Like, I'm benefiting from your star power in a sense, in the same way that you're benefiting from my star power.
For
Because
sure.
if they are the main event, and a lot of the people that I'm talking about aren't, but if they are, uh, then they need to showcase that professional level of respect.
For
And
sure.
so, all that to say, a lot of the feedback that people will impart onto others, disguised as wisdom, will just be detrimental to their success. A
Yeah.
lot of these people that, and, specifically, I'm talking about students from certain wrestling schools, because
Okay.
they will act like they have a big chip on their shoulder. And like, everybody wrestles the same when they come out of wrestling school. Literally
Right.
everybody wrestles the same. You're either this type of wrestler or that type of wrestler. All the promos are the same. The attitudes that come out of these wrestling schools are entitlement. And it's like,
Okay.
we're all in the same independent wrestling scene together. So it is a competitive landscape, but you
Right.
really need to have your head on a swivel and learn what about you is not working. So in my opinion, for some people, that is their ability to impart positive feedback to up and coming wrestlers, and
Right.
not try to bully them, and not try to harass
Right.
them on their way to success. Because I don't think that that's going to work in wrestling. This clique
For sure.
mentality, this, we did this together, so we know how to do this and everybody else doesn't, is not true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just really
Everybody's
wish,
got their own ideas.
I really wish certain people would do more of their talking with their wrestling instead of with their actual talking.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
like to involve myself in drama, so I
Right.
don't, I don't like it when people go around looking for drama intentionally, because those types of people are the worst types of people,
For
and
sure.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that 100%. So when people come out of wrestling school, let me ask you this. When people come out of wrestling school, they have a certain attitude of how they're supposed to wrestle, how they did this, how, they talked on the mic, how they did a style of a certain promo, a certain style of wrestling. Um, I mean, what are some of the differences like between wrestling schools? Like, if I could ask you that, if
Well,
that's possible.
I was shopping around for wrestling school because it's always been on my to-do list.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, my wrestling training was limited to what I learned, the very select times that I would be available to go train at the Bronx Wrestling Federation in the Bronx.
Yeah.
and this was after I left the Bronx and moved to New Jersey. So
Oh,
I was just going there for familiarity, and
yeah,
it wasn't working out well in my favor because I worked overnights and I still do. And
yeah,
uh, I think people, when they form their opinions about you, it's based on what they see you're doing. And, if I show up like a couple of times a month to try to get my numbers up, people think that
right,
I'm being lazy.
yeah,
And it's not that I'm being lazy, it's that I have an opposite schedule from everybody else.
yeah.
So I've
They
always
don't know the
wanted
full
to
story.
make wrestling school a top priority because I don't think I'm above wrestling school. I do think that I don't have the capital for wrestling school at this current moment in time. And I haven't for a very long time. And my financial situation has actually been documented in the newspaper. So I have and always will have money insecurity. So if I ever do start to get money, I will have to have more than enough if I want to start full-time wrestling school. But to answer your original question, and like I said, I'm scatterbrained.
It's all good.
Um,
I know I'm new here. How you doing? But no, same here, brother. I get it.
how
Yeah,
you
no, I
doing,
bet you his
partner?
financial situation is going to be in a newspaper one day.
Hey,
Listen, pal, I'm 21 years old. I'm a comedian and a college student. I'm double broke.
ha,
It's
ha.
bad out here, pal.
It's probably already in the newspaper. It's probably in there right now.
But yeah, no, I'm scatterbrained as a also hi Tony. Hey, you can say hi. How you doing? I'm 20 minutes late scatterbrained.
Yeah, man, we could tell. PJ Morin in the house, everybody. Let's
Hi guys. How you
go.
doing? Yeah, no,
How you doing?
I totally forgot that my router blew out yesterday. So I'm currently relying on my phone hotspot to run my laptop.
Dude, you made it. I put my phone on my laptop. I just went. I didn't even put a shirt on under the hoodie.
Nah, listen, pal. No, I got my little profesh set up. I got my listen. I haven't been able to use this since I was a Discord man back during COVID, bro.
You've been waiting for a chance to break that out, huh?
I've been waiting for a chance to break out the little ring light, dude.
Got
Oh,
I've
my
been
ring
Jesus
waiting
light.
for
Christ.
it, dude.
This
I got
guy
my
right
No,
ring
here.
light right here.
by the way, sir, I'm sorry. I have not gotten your name yet, but you have a phenomenal beard.
Thank you.
It's
And
NX.
you also have a phenomenal beard and get
Dude,
it right.
beard
It,
bros
it
gotta we gotta stick together, dude. Like gingers.
absolutely. I had the long hair going too, but that was a while back.
You know what? I feel it in spirit. The eyebrow piercing and the beard told me this man has a long-haired spirit.
I feel like I'm representing for the mutton chops here.
There you go. That was my style back in high school. They called me Logan because people
I mean, wait, how old are you?
who me?
Yes.
I'm 30.
30. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, Logan was big.
It was when I
Yeah.
was in high
Logan was
school. I
huge, man.
graduated in 2011, so um,
Okay.
Oh.
people were just going based off the fact that I had uh, the long sideburns.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
Didn't
mean,
have a
listen,
lot of chin hair.
but now with that beard, you look like a gamer. You got an Xbox shirt on. You could get Kratos now, dude.
I've gotten that before.
I have the Leviathan X behind me, pal. I'm a
Ah,
big God of War fan, dude.
I
That shit.
am
Ooh,
God of War.
dude, God bless. Dude, I'm playing. Hold on, I have on my other monitor. I have 2018 booted up right now. I have it.
Nice.
The
That
second
right
this
there,
goes off, I'm going back to grinding and 100%ing it.
that right there is a man of simple pleasures, as am I.
Good, good.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Yo, I gotta ask him something that, we talked about when Rob Fury was on the show, PJ. Do you know what I have to ask him? So
Potentially.
we talked about how, in comedy, you gotta hit people with the first joke. You gotta hit them right away. Wrestling, you're telling a story. You gotta build, 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 and then you gotta get to a climax. Where in comedy, you can't always do that. So what you said was, you were asking me. So basically, comedy is like a quickie and wrestling is like making love. I don't expect NX to,
That's
to know
good.
what it's like on a comedy stage. Maybe he's been on one before. I don't know. Maybe he got drunk one night. We don't know what's going on there.
Those are my
But I
favorite
mean,
open mics. When a white person that's like 24 and has daddy's money gets drunk. That's my favorite. Oh, dude, no. Listen, my friends tell me that I should be a comedian. So guys, I'm gonna try. I have a story that I'm gonna tell you. And it's really funny, man. Just here. So me and my buddy Bryson, man, we were out on the Jeep on the beach, and it was crazy, man, and then they bomb, and it's the funniest.
Oh, but I
dude, I
It's the
do.
love that
best.
shit.
I just start telling people stories. But I have heard before. My friend tells me that I should get on an open mic because I am a very good storyteller. I'm an aspiring writer. So, I mean, wrestling is different though. Like each match is its own individual joke then, and it's like a set after uh after the program is all done and finished, what had we accomplished?
I
Uh,
mean, you have a setup that leads to a punchline, which is the match where you throw 1,000 of them, and
exactly.
you just
Yes.
throw a bunch of punches at another person until it sticks. A lot like a joke, except you punch the wall.
Mm.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna take somebody's head and I'm going to punch the wall as hard as I can with that
Get
person's.
on the stage, bro. You're
That's
you're
right.
always welcome.
And uh Saturday, June 22nd at SWF Battleborn,
We do need to talk
NXZN.
about that.
NXZN and Dr. Hillary P. Wisdom of martial law are going to take on Bad Company for the vacant SWF Tag Team Championships. And that is going to be the biggest climax that I am ever going to have when Dr. Hillary and I take home those SWF Tag Team Championships. You want to know something about me? I
What's
have
up?
never, I have never, and get a good look at this face. I have never been a champion before in my entire goddamn life, unless you count the championship that I bought for myself, in which case, yes, I am a champion. I don't count. I
Right.
am not a champion. A champion is somebody who is assigned to be a champion by the promoter. It means they trust you. It means that they want you to represent their brand. So for the last 12 years, since I started training, I'll say, nobody has ever trusted me with that responsibility. And then on Saturday, June 22nd at Battleborn, I am going to get what is rightfully mine, and that is to potentially become, for the very first time in my entire career, a champion, which I believe that I deserve. And I have asked numerous times to my brother, who automatically agrees that I should be a champion simply because he is my brother. And that is nepotism.
I feel like Finn would do the
You're
same
damn
thing to
right.
you, PJ.
What happened?
I feel like Finn would do the same thing to you.
He would.
Just
He
tell you
would.
you should be champion because you're his brother.
Of course. Oh yeah, no, I have a 13-year-old brother with Down syndrome. His name is Finn. He's the best in the whole
He is
world.
the
This
best.
kid, he's the best. When I started doing comedy, I would go out to do my comedy, and he'd be like, PJ, where you going? And I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go do my comedy. So he'd always say, okay, PJ, I will stay home and practice my jokes. And so when
BCH.
I started running a show at a venue that's like right around the corner from my house. So whenever I run the show, I do my hosting set, then I throw Finn on for like 3 minutes. He does his little jokes he writes, and then it goes on with the show.
That
Throws a
sounds
lot of judo kicks
Brothers
while
got to
he's on
stick together,
stage.
dude. I totally get it, brother.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, my brother, so we like a lot of the same stuff, unsurprisingly. Um,
Yeah.
and so every so often, he'll want to call like quick wrestling spots with me to get me ready to keep me on my toes. So,
Right.
Ooh.
like pretty much every time we go anywhere together, it's always like, oh, you better watch out, because any given moment, right? So that's some support that I've gotten from my brother over the years. Also, I didn't get a chance to mention, we're both musicians, and I'm teaching him
Oh
how to play
wow.
the guitar.
Oh, dude,
Oh
that's
nice.
dope.
That's
Yes.
that is dope.
Oh, you haven't even scratched the surface, my boy. Um, I play guitar. I've played drums. I
Right.
am learning how to be a vocalist. So
Hmm.
I'm using my superpowers for good, I
Hold
assume.
on. You look like
Right.
a metalhead, sir.
What are you talking about? I look like a metalhead. Uh,
Good.
how can
He
I
said,
prove
I
that
just
I'm a
look like
metalhead
it.
right
That's
now?
it.
How
Dude,
can I
dude,
prove? How
dude.
can I prove?
I don't think you understand how badly I just haven't gotten there yet. I haven't been alive long enough. I'm doing comedy right now. I want to do music so bad. I want to do drums. Hold on. You know who you look like? Or you don't really look like him, but it's just a metal dude that's bald. Have you ever you know Beast in Black?
I've never heard of Beast in
Oh,
Black.
look at Beast in Black. Good band.
Okay, I might. Um,
He
I
knows
saw
a
them.
lot of the obscure bands.
I saw them live in September on 9/11 actually. Shout out.
huh. Yeah, I kind of do look like that guy a little bit.
Yeah, right?
Yes, but that's not uncommon. I look like pretty much anybody who's got a bald head and a beard.
Yeah.
I kind of, I
Crazy.
can note the many numerous differences we have, but I could also note the three main similarities that we have.
Listen, all I'm
Listen,
saying is if Johnny Sins grows a beard, you're not gonna have a bad comparison. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
listen.
not Johnny Sins with a
What
beard.
I'm
Just do that.
what I'm gonna say is, if you shave off that beard, you're gonna start looking like Joe Clean out here.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want that. I
Mr.
don't want
Clean.
that. Actually, lesser known fact, my beard is hiding the fact that I don't have a chin. It's an
Oh
Ooh,
optical
wow.
my
illusion.
beard is also hiding that.
See, yes, you understand. If
No,
I
I
shave
get
my
it.
beard, I look like a baby face, and that's just not me. I'm a human.
Exactly. When I shave, I'm baby. Hold on. If you have Snapchat, at some point in your free time, look up a no beard filter and then just take a picture. That's what you look like without the beard.
I
It
have seen
reminds you to never shave it.
I have
Yeah,
seen what I look
for
like
sure.
without a beard. I remember vividly, and that's why we
Oh,
don't go back. The last time I
no.
had no beard was for a job interview in, I want to say 2016. I
And
shaved
we
Yeah,
off
keep
my
it
whole
that way. We
beard.
keep it bearded. We keep it hairy.
That's
that's
right.
right.
Damn
I'm
right.
not at that stage yet. The long beard that you have that touches your chest. No, I'm not there yet.
Listen, oh no, that's just my hair.
Oh, okay. Optical illusion hit me.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
It
had
all
yeah.
it,
that during
all the
COVID.
hair blends together.
It's just all red.
Yes, it is all red.
Yeah, it's all red, dude. No, it's all, dude. No, it's all red, dude.
I've been there.
It's all red, dude. Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
got you.
talking about.
I got you. Harry is not scary.
Harry's
Not
not
at all.
scary. Harry's fun, dude. Dude, it makes you so much more cuddleable, and bitches love that.
They're called women. I know. I've talked to all of them.
Speaking of silly, I don't actually think women are bitches.
Yes, no, only the ones that are bitches. But
Yeah, only the ones that are bitches.
if we're talking about my ex,
Yeah,
I,
if we're
I
talking
can
about
call her so many other things, but I'd rather not.
if we're talking about my ex,
Only these bitches that are bitches that are bitches.
Right. Only the
exactly.
bitches that call themselves bitches, and
That's
That's
right.
um,
facts.
exactly my point. So,
No, but I do have
I'm
to
glad
ask.
we could solve sexism on this podcast today, right here and now.
oh,
We got pretty deep. We got pretty deep into it. I gotta say, yo, but I gotta ask. So, Battleborn, June 22nd, next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, you are taking on the longest reigning tag team champions in SWF history in Bad Company, which you talked about it a little bit, but we didn't mention the part that they are the longest reigning champs. So you seem pretty confident about being able to take them down with Hillary P. Wisdom at your side. So, how you feeling going into the match? You feeling good? You've been able to get ready for the match, and are you excited to be able to claim your first championship in pro wrestling history? Given everything goes your way, because it's got to happen. We got to see a 1, 2, 3 for NXZN to become champion. So, how you feeling going into that match?
I just want to correct you on one thing, and one thing only. Uh, it doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3. Um, it could be
Could
a
be a
tap
tap
out.
out.
It could be a tap out, and that's something that I pride myself in. It's a little bit of an expertise of mine. I am a little bit of a submission magician, so A very sadistic man who likes to stretch and agonize people. So,
Yeah.
This man goes to swingers conventions. I can tell.
who has the
He, do-
time?
he doesn't bend
I
the rules.
do.
He just bends other
Dude, I get
people.
booked to do comedy at swingers conventions.
Somebody
Then they hang
mentioned
out with the
being
orgy
double
people. They're
broke.
awesome.
Somebody mentioned being double broke. I just want to remind you about that fact.
And I
Yeah.
get listen, I'm brought on as the entertainment, bro. Room and board, baby. Shit.
All right.
Well, let me just say this.
Yo, dude,
Let me just say this.
I love being a
Even
21-year-old being able to say I'm the entertainment. My shit got paid for. It's so
let
nice
me
because
just
my
say
bank
this.
account touches nothing.
NXZN is on here talking about, the fact that he is a bit of a submission magician. He doesn't bend the rules, he bends other people, and
Good.
he could be the
Hang
reason
on
why
now.
people end up double broke, broke in two places. So are you saying we're gonna see a tap out victory? Is that a possibility?
It's not just a possibility, it's an inevitability.
I think we're gonna
And
see a ball
also,
gag in the opponent by the time it's over, I think.
exactly. These two buffoons, they're goons. I could beat them with one hand tied behind my back, both of them at the same time. I'm talking backhanded motion.
Forehand still on.
So Bad Company, it is only fitting that martial law gets to win the tag team championships and take them away from the company. Sorry, the team that SWF is named after. So I have the most faith in Dr. Hillary P. Wisdom and NXZN. There's simply no greater team. And when you talk about Bad Company, you're talking about the longest reigning SWF tag team champions of all time. That doesn't impress me. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Bad Company lost the tag team titles super recently. They are not the tag team champions right now. And the only reason they were tag team champions for as long as they were is because their championships weren't being defended. So I think Dr. Hillary P. Wisdom and NXZN have long since been the uncrowned SWF tag team champions, despite us only being a tag team for the last year and a half. The best last year and a half of my professional career. I think we have earned it. I think after all of the dare I say all of the shortcomings that I've had, I feel like this is my time finally.
So this is your way of kind of getting justice for the fact that you haven't been crowned as of yet.
And I could not have used better terminology myself.
Okay.
It has been the longest days, the longest nights, the longest hours, the longest minutes, the longest seconds, the longest moments since I have joined this wonderful, crazy art sport thing of professional wrestling. And I think about hanging it up all the time because what championships are is their validation for a day's hard work. Of course, money is also good. And
Yeah.
money is actually the thing that really dictates who is successful in this business, right? If you're making
Right.
money, you're doing something right. If you're putting
Yeah.
yourself out there and you're not getting what you give, then you're not even breaking even.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
Man, that was
100%. And a championship will make you make that
that was
money. It'll keep you from not even breaking even.
that
And it'll be able to kind of, rectify, the fact that, you haven't been crowned. It'll be able to, give you that validation as you're saying and let you know all that effort was worth it.
yes, exactly.
All right.
Premiumly,
that
precisely.
was all beautifully
Gotcha.
spoken. I'll be honest. John here's he's the wrestling man. I don't know a whole bunch about wrestling,
He's
But
he's
all,
he's he's starting. He's learning.
but all of that lore, I just learned residual off of what John knows. But all of that lore that you just dropped, you sold me like a politician, bro. NXZN for the fucking dude.
And I really appreciate that because
That was very well spoken.
I
Bring
kind
that
of
energy to the
myself.
stage, god damn it.
The microphone has always been friendly to me. I'm not opposed to public speaking. I can turn a
Yeah.
phrase really well. A
Yeah, that
little
was
known fact.
Obama-esque, bro. That was well spoken.
Little known fact about me, I can say the alphabet backwards really fast.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you want to hear it? You want to hear
I
that?
mean,
Can
with
I?
a name like NXZN, all I'm gonna say is
Yeah, no, I want to hear this, dude.
You want
it's
to hear me
four
say the
syllables,
alphabet
four
backwards?
letters.
Who's putting money on the table that I can't do it?
I mean, all I'm gonna say is
Are you
that
a
this
betting
is a
man?
test you take when you're drunk,
Here's the
and I
thing.
feel like this man might have taken this test before.
If
We're
I
going
thought
there.
that you couldn't do it, I would put money on that. But I think you can do it, and I'm intrigued
Of
by
course. Now,
by the skill.
yeah,
He
no,
makes me want to try to do it.
I'm not a hustler, so I feel like I couldn't sell it appropriately. But yes, I know how to do it, and I know how to do it really well. And that's a neat little party trick, you know, and getting people to think that you
Party
can't
trick.
do
That's
it,
where
you
he
know, a
learned it.
little bit of push and pull. That's the art of it as well. So really fast. ZYXWVUT
Shit.
Mm.
You know, I was gonna try to do it first. You know, but now that he did it as fast as he did, I'm not sure that I want to do it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
impressive
Jesus
when you.
fucking Christ. I fucking love party tricks. You can do the alphabet backwards. I can do Tony Soprano.
I am also an impressionist.
As am I, dude.
There's a lot of things.
So, like, hold on. Let me ask NXZN this because we do have an impressionist comedian on there. What are some of the impressions that you do? Because PJ could do a lot of different ones, and I want to see if
Yeah,
we hear something different than
Oh
normal.
man. I the one I go to first is Trump, but I don't want to do that one. I want to
Quite frankly, that's one
quite
we might have
frankly,
heard
it's
before.
perfectly
Maybe
okay to
you'll
do
make
it,
up in
Trump. It's
time.
perfectly
But
fine. It's a safe space.
what we're talking about. No one can talk about it. We have the best, we have the biggest, it's huge. I haven't heard him in a while, so that's a little rusty. SpongeBob. Hey!
Oh
aye,
shit,
aye,
yo!
aye, aye, aye.
That
I love
I'm
impression.
quoting SpongeBob a lot.
Oh, dude, I do that all the time.
SpongeBob.
Go Jackson, I'll be stupid somewhere else.
That's
Not
a
so
fucking killer,
far.
Patrick.
Sheesh. Well, you've gone and put me on the spot, so of course I'm drawing a blank. But
Dude, it's totally all good.
It's fine.
my specialty is mimicry. When I detect little hints of things in people's voices, I kind of like start repeating it when they're not around, you know. Like my
Okay.
supervisor, he's Guyanese. I have a bit of an affinity for his accent.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, yes, my supervisor, I'm an overnight security guard, right? So
Yeah.
I have a lot of free time.
Nice.
I have a
Yeah.
lot of spare time to practice all of my tricks and trades and hobbies, which I still have more. I'm a graphic designer. I'm in the t-shirt
Oh, okay.
business.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
See,
Um,
Got a
the
fucking
only
jack of all
reason
trades. John, where'd you find this dude?
I mean, I
I'm
found
really
him at an
rough.
SWF show where I found everyone else. So
Admittedly, I could be putting myself out there more. I could be everywhere right now. So it's a slow start. I am in my 30s, you know, because
I'll be there in like 6 months.
so like no better time than the present.
Exactly.
And I'm also on Twitch. I'm a video game streamer. I play a lot of Fortnite, unfortunately.
Yo, listen, no, don't say unfortunately because I also say that I unfortunately play a lot of Because listen, Fortnite and Paladins were and Minecraft were my three COVID games, bro.
I
Mm.
I turned into the
You ever fuck
Fortnite.
with paladins?
No.
Fuck.
I could I give you a rundown of all the shit that I play. Because I've got it in my Twitch bio.
Sweet.
I'm a
What's your Twitch?
retro
Yo,
game.
Plug it. We're live right now. I'll fucking
We are live.
Twitch.tv/NXZN Dragon. That's dragon like Blue Eyes White Dragon.
NXZN
Blue Eyes White
Dragon.
Dragon, anyone?
Yeah.
I mean, that's iconic, dude.
Isn't it?
You know, how could you not?
My favorite card, the best Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time.
Dude, it is a badass card.
That, speaking of
I'll give you that.
That was designed by Kazuki Takahashi, obviously.
Yeah.
But this was done by my boy Franco at what is it? Sacred Art Studios in the Bronx.
You're making me want a Dark Magician tattoo, I gotta say.
Well, that wasn't my first, and I regret not getting that first. This one I got first. That's the Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Oh, okay. So you're a big dragon guy.
Yes. Hence NXZN Dragon. I've been NXZN Dragon for a really long time.
Dude,
I've been
dragons
NXZN
are cool as fuck
for a really long time. So
dude, you know, whether you win or lose, I don't mean to interrupt you, but whether you win or lose, like when watching you evolve is going to be great because I feel like you're going to evolve into the NXZN Dragon.
Dude, speaking of evolving, bro,
it might happen.
I peeped your Twitch. You got a Pokemon TCG live? Yo, pal. Ooh. I got a question for you.
Oh man, that is validation right there because I love Pokemon TCG. Go ahead, ask me.
It's a fairly basic question, but it's a Pokemon question.
Basic is good. Basic is good in Pokemon.
Who the fuck is calling?
Yeah. Keep it simple in Pokemon.
Hold on one second. You guys want to talk to my mom?
Sure.
Hey mom, hi. You're on speaker and I'm on Zoom. You're live on a podcast. Say hi.
Awesome. Howdy. What time is it over, honey?
It's over at 2.
All right, Shannon. Let me call Aunt Megan.
Okay. I'll pick her up at 2.
Hey, PJ's mom.
Bye, love you.
Yeah, me too. Hey, tell her. She hung up.
No, sorry, my sister was blowing me up earlier. It's hot outside.
He was trying to holler at your mom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, she and I spoke recently, but if she wants to know, I am free next time.
Hey Siri, call mom back. No, I'm kidding.
Mom just got hit on, bro.
No, Siri's listening. Shut up. What's it called? What if Pokemon were real?
Oh boy.
And you had to choose one Pokemon to be your friend, your ride or die, your one Pokemon, the Pikachu to your Ash.
I feel like this is what we should have asked Rob instead of talking about gummies.
What Pokemon would you choose and
Just
why?
ignored what I said.
John, I'm also going to ask you this question, but I know you're not as versed in Pokemon.
Okay.
I mean, what Pokemon would I choose?
I'm asking NXZN the guest first.
No. Let him answer because I feel like if he doesn't know that much, it's going to be a simple, straightforward. I like Pikachu, and then we move on.
That's fair.
Well, I do like Pikachu. I mean that is true. That's fact. I mean, but if I had to pick another one, I feel like, you know, I want to say there's starters I'm thinking of, but I feel like that's like the next most basic thing.
Listen, mine's a starter Pokemon. Mine's basic, but it's the same since I've been a kid, and I stick by it.
Dude, is it Swampert?
Nah, bro. Although
Swampert
in the games, though, Swampert in the games, fire. But Charizard, dude. I'm sorry. You're telling I can fly on its back anywhere, no gas money. I can chill with him. He can light up a joint for me, and he and I can just chill and smoke and fly together. And aside from that, you have a giant dragon.
It's not a dragon.
Not a dragon.
Dude, I
lizard.
Can cruise
sorry.
Anywhere.
Wait, he's a lizard. Am I completely?
It's in the name, yes. Charmander is a salamander, Charmeleon's a chameleon, and Charizard is a big ass lizard.
Okay, yeah. No,
blue eyes red lizard.
Okay, fine. Pseudo dragon. He's close enough to a dragon.
He ascends to dragon form in Pokemon, what, X or Y?
X and Y, he does.
Yeah, with Mega Evolution. That's
Okay,
true.
yo, listen,
He's getting
Charizard X is
technical with you.
cool because then he's a dragon type, but Charizard Y got that sunny day ability, yo, so that you can whip out a quick solar beam as a fire flying type. That's kind of gas. I know the
Mm.
strats.
Yeah, you're a bit
No,
of
I mean
a
that's true.
Pokemon nerd. You're a bit of
Oh,
yeah, you're the antithesis of what I am. I am a casual. So, to answer your question, I have an old reliable, which two evolves from a starter. Um, it's Meganium.
Meganium.
you
Yes.
know what? I
Hmm.
respect that. I never hear a lot of love from Meganium.
No, that's
Impressive.
like you're the first person I've ever heard say that about Meganium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
firstly, let
I've
me tell
never heard
you
anyone
something.
say that before.
Let me tell you boys something. Firstly, you're an asshole for limiting me to one Pokemon out of the 1,000 that are available. And
Oh, yeah,
I'm
it's a
gonna
thousand now,
be,
right?
there's got to be, there has literally got to be.
The last game I played through was the
Got
DS games. I never played through a Switch. Oh, well, no, I did Let's Go Pikachu, but that's a reboot.
I was going,
that
yeah,
game is so easy.
um, my last completed Pokemon game because I'm not the grind type. In
Right.
Pokemon, you got to grind, right? And the last
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon game that I completed was Emerald, and that was this year.
Oh wow.
Yo, what was your
Yeah.
team? I got to know what your team was.
Oh man. Uh, let me see if I can do it off the top of my head. I think it was. No, you know what? I did it pretty much with one Pokemon.
He
I
soloed it.
did what I had to do. I loaded up a save file, a really old save file, and it turns out I made it as far as I did on the strength of one Gyarados
Hmm.
with a lot of
Gyarados
back.
will do that for you.
Yes, and
Gyarados will do that for you. Then.
I gave Gyarados the attack called Return, which bases its power off your level of friendship, and I did everything with that fucking Gyarados.
You gave
So
that man the Soothe Bell.
it was
Shit.
pretty much home run contest level target practice.
Mm.
You
Wow.
pitch them, I'll swing, and then when they knock out Gyarados, I'll bring out the other one, and then I'll revive Gyarados. You knock out the other one, and then I'll revive the
Gyarados
other
back.
one while you're battling Gyarados because
Yep.
Gyarados is my strongest Pokemon because I never trained all the other ones.
I've done that before. That
I
shit's
love
fun. Having a little guy that just dies.
Yes, exactly. My team,
You got to teach that
other
little guy frustration.
my other Pokemon were Blaziken, Sableye, Altaria. Um,
Sableye.
there's a couple of others
I
that
remember
I also
Sableye.
don't see a lot of love for Sableye.
Sableye. Yes,
I
Ghost.
think some.
Oh,
Like it's not non-existent.
my team from Coliseum is my fave.
Ooh, I gotta hear that.
Okay.
That's Meganium, Misdreavus, Gligar. I think I had a Quagsire.
Ooh. Good call. Good choice.
Quagsire's good.
Swampert before Swampert.
Yeah, exactly. Gligar.
Yeah.
It could fly, and Coliseum was 2v2 battles, so Gligar's flying and Quagsire's hitting Earthquake. So
There you go.
Earthquake damage.
You always
I love
love to have a flyer with Earthquake.
I love doing that. I love hitting an earthquake when I got a flyer or a sludge wave when I got a steel type.
There you go.
That's
Oh,
right.
There you
it's the
go.
best.
But that's games, and I'm not as well versed in the games as you appear to be. So what
The games is where my forte is. Although my bitch ex stole my copy of Pokemon Black.
Biggest heel move of all time.
Dude, no,
I'm
listen,
sure there
dude,
are other
dude, no,
copies.
I told a mutual friend about that. Someone that like had also been friends with her when she and I were together. And my friend was like, fuck that, that's yours. Let's go to replace. And then so my friend went there, knocked on the door, the mom answered. She was like, yeah, she's home. I'll go see. And she just refused to come outside. And then my friend went back, and it's a woman, so it's safe. It's not a man knocking on the door, it's a woman. The
Mhm.
woman, she went back, knocked on the door, and then she just ran outside to her car and left. She refuses to give me back my copy of Pokemon Black. After that, I know I'm not getting it back.
With a story
I
like
didn't even know this happened.
That
this,
did happen.
with a story
That's
like
great.
that, you simply you want it life. Like
I know I won at life, but like my grandfather got me that copy of Pokemon Black when I was in 5th grade, man. Even if I get a new
Means
copy,
something.
it's not the same copy.
Can
It's not
I
the one
tell
my
you?
grandfather bought
Hey,
me.
can I tell you a story?
Of course, you can tell me a story.
Sit down, you little maggot. I'm gonna tell you a story, and you
Now
better
he's got a story to tell.
and listen to. All right, that's uncalled for. Not in my presence. You don't know, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, some people have a big head. A big head. Anyway,
We're setting things up here.
yeah, no, this has long since been in the making. Anyway, the story that I'm going to tell you is to kind of remind you that these games, while they are important because of their physical worth, it's really the memories that it left you with, right? So it's like you can't take the physical with you to the grave. You have it while you're here in this life, right? So holding on to it and not using it is a crime against humanity because there are people out there who might want to use it. If we all
Right.
had one copy of the game that everybody could play, we wouldn't need to have, this territorialism. But
Yeah.
anyway, the story goes, as a
You're
kid,
not wrong.
had,
I said you're not wrong.
oh, I appreciate that. I'm rarely ever wrong,
That was
actually.
very wise.
So, yes, I have a very finite amount of possessions, and I feel like in the past few years, I have become increasingly more generous with not only my time but my belongings. So, and it works out well for me because this is the story. So, as a kid, I played the N64. I got the N64 kind of late. It was a hand-me-down from my older brother, who's 10 years older than me. So I got his N64 in the year 2003. So what? A solid 7 or 8 years after it dropped. So
Yeah.
it was old at that point. Everybody had moved on to the GameCube or whatever at that point.
Nah, bro, the N64 is legit.
I know. And you're gonna find out.
Banjo-Kazooie.
You're gonna find out just how much I love the N64, brother. You're gonna find out really soon. So, me and my brother had all of my older brother's games, and one of those games, two of those games actually and factually, were WWF WrestleMania 2000 and WWF No Mercy. And
Okay.
for the longest time, right? For the longest time, we were searching for WrestleMania 2000 because we were just not the most organized kids, for lack of a better term. So, and I literally took everything and flipped it over so I could find this copy of WrestleMania 24. And this is back from when I was a kid. This is back from when I was in the projects in the Bronx. So this has got to be like, what? I moved out of Edenwald in 2014. So this was a while back, a long while back, at least a decade. So I was a kid there, and we had and lost WrestleMania 2000. We didn't lose No Mercy.
Ooh.
We lost WrestleMania 2000, and I had come to the conclusion that it probably, got thrown away by accident. Fast forward, I moved to New Jersey with my then girlfriend, who would become my
Yeah.
wife.
Okay.
To quote Rihanna, we found love in a hopeless place. So,
Congratulations.
thank
That's
you
lovely.
very much. Thank you. It's my honor, but it's your pleasure. So, as for WrestleMania 2000, it came back into my life because her sister gave her a copy of WrestleMania 2000, and she had an N64, which I have set up right here, right now. The same N64 from when she was a kid. WrestleMania 2000, her sister just had a bag of N64 games, and she said, "Here, you take them." And in the bag was a blank black cartridge. And I think you know where I'm going with this. Put it in the N64, booted it up. What game is it?
WrestleMania 2000.
and I I had never finished so hard in my life because it looked just like it. I didn't mention before, but the original copy that we had lost had no label on it either. So it was exactly the
It
same
was the
look.
exact same one.
Yeah, it looked like the same one. I'm saying it's like it's
Oh,
kismet. That's fate,
so cool.
Dude,
right? And then
that's crazy.
sidebar, I loaned my brother's copy of No Mercy to a friend who later became a criminal, for lack of a
Yeah.
better term. That's a story in and of itself. He
Yeah.
got arrested by the FBI. Um,
Fun.
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna put him
That's
over.
probably not a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
not
that's
gonna
totally
put him
fair.
over like that, and it's best that I don't
He
associate
doesn't
with
deserve
him.
that.
And unfortunately, he has my older brother's copy of No Mercy because I thought he was going to give it back, but I've never gotten it back. And just to put a nice little bow on it, my younger brother for Christmas last year got me my own copy of No Mercy. So I've been playing that on stream, twitch.tv/NXZN Dragon. I got beef with Mr. Ass. I got beef with The Undertaker, and I got beef with the final boss. Come watch me defend my hardcore championship. Come watch my brother defend his Intercontinental Championship because it is the bee's knees. I am the best, and I am inevitably going to be World Wrestling Federation champion again.
Hell yeah,
100%.
man.
I believe it already. And it starts. Let me just say this one more time because it's almost 2 o'clock. We're almost toward the end of the show. The journey to that starts at Battleborn, where he gains his first real life championship, and then he gets all the championships on Twitch.com. Watch NXZN Dragon do that on stream, and watch this man take his first ever championship from Bad Company and put those tag team championships on what he believes is alongside Good Company as they win possibly tag team gold. Let me tell you this, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. I had a lot of fun with you, and win, lose, or draw, I definitely wish you luck next Saturday. 100%.
I believe in you, brother.
I appreciate you both. You are both gracious hosts and wonderful conversationalists, and I know I can be mouthy, so I appreciate you for putting up with me. And
Dude, no,
imagine
it's fine.
this is me.
I'm a
This is
mouthy
me
man.
in my sleep deprived state. So imagine me when I
Right.
have energy.
Dude,
Fair.
I got to tell you, we did a lot today. We talked about a lot of different wrestling teams. I might have even set up a feud with you and TJ, which I apologize for that if that happens.
You don't have to
But
apologize, but he should.
happens.
Ooh,
I'll find out when we get to it.
Is
But
that what that is?
but let me tell you something. Once again, I appreciate you being on here. Love to have you back. Definitely subscribe, everybody, to Governor's Comedy Club podcast, which has around 1,400 subscribers. Definitely subscribe to Hot Tag Takes with Johnny Sharp and friends. We're getting close to 1,600 subscribers, PJ.
Are we? That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
bro.
about, son.
Yeah, I got to check
Everyone
how that
keep
lady
dropping them
Short is doing.
subs.
But definitely, everybody follow the channel, like the show, share the show. The show will be out on some platforms later today. Also, shout out to Tony Walker for producing our show as always. Thank you so much, kind sir. We appreciate everything you do for us to make the show possible. Once again, this has been the Jersey Stench, where the armpit of New Jersey meets what I call, or the dandruff, or the armpit of New York meets what I call the dandruff of New Jersey.
And
I'm
before we
home,
get off,
everybody.
NXZN, what is your Instagram so everyone can find you?
Well, I'm getting off right now. My Instagram, I have several. It's probably just easier if you go to linktree.com/NXZN Dragon. That's all of my links are there. Because I can't tell you how many different ventures I'm a part of and how many different Instagrams I have. But if you're trying to follow my wrestling Instagram, that's NXZN official. NXZN official. So you know it's me.
I love it.
Beautiful. You can all find me on Instagram at the PJ Morin and also on my zaap.bio/the PJ Morin. You can find all my links there, dude.
Follow me
John,
on
what about you?
Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at JohnAndrew0310. I already gave you guys the YouTube. One more time. This is Jersey Stench here at Governor's Comedy Club. Give it up one more time for NXZN.
It
Let's go.
NXZN.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, y'all, with Christy Miller. Catch us.
I'm talking about, son.
Woo!
This guy's gonna win. This guy's gonna kick ass. I can feel it.
Yes, I am.
I'm talking about.
He might.